I want to see the picture once again from a distance.
All right. I figured you would.
Why, is it that scary?
Well, I can't tell you that, but you
Being
know.
about death, you know,
Yeah.
it's just that.
Now, I'll tell you why we start at the end. We start at the end because everybody's afraid of dead ends. You know what I mean? It's a bad joke, right? You got it. You got it. Okay, so right here, this is the remains and the actual clothing and the dress that Tristan Silverman wore. She was a coach for the Los Angeles Flivvers, roller derby coach. And she was pretty raucous, and she always whipped her team into spirits, and they always won. Well, one night, her and her partner, they got into a real violent argument, really violent. So partner couldn't stand her anymore. So didn't want to hear her talking anymore, so she took a glove, shoved it in her mouth,
Oh my God.
then took this wire, which is some wiring from a scoreboard, and she took it and she strangled her,
Oh my God.
killed her. Now you see, I have to show you what else she did. Now you can see it here, you can see the stains here. They're kind of the body fluids that kind of came out of her afterwards. Stains are right here, and there's like right here. It's real tiny, but there's a dried up blood spot. Unfortunately, her partner wasn't very brilliant. She dismembered her, and she put her she put her into this bag. Okay. Now,
That was very comprehensive.
okay. So here.
Yes, scarily so.
So.
Wait, why are there peanuts there? I love peanuts.
All right. Now I'll explain why the peanuts are there. Okay. So now here, these were the implements of destruction that Orlando the Great used. Now, Orlando the Great was a magician. Now, I bet you're wondering, magic's a sport?
Yeah.
Of course it is. It is. Of course, it is one of the most underrated sports in the world. So, Orlando had a lot of assistants. So he would take the bangles here, and he would strangle his assistants. He put the gloves in their mouths. You can obviously see the bite marks here. And so after he was done, he would take their bodies, the remains, and he would scale them down and chop their flesh up, put it together in a stew, and he would put in all-American national pastime pasta, and he would use that in the stew, and then of course White Sox peanuts. He would put that in the stew.
That's
You know,
sort of an African stew.
Right.
It's peanuts.
Right, exactly. And so then he would eat them. He would eat his victims. This is a trophy of the late great bowler, Alison Delfield. Now, Alison was one of the greatest bowlers in the world. Every time she'd walk up to a bowling alley, or within the zone, as they say, she would just take the ball, throw it, got herself a strike every single time. They call her magic fingers for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, one night she'd come home. She was pretty tired, a little worse from wear and tear, so she started to relax, and she had a few drinks. I think they said, according to the toxicology report, it was like 8 or 9 drinks, something like that. And she apparently just was drinking a little too much, and she started dancing around, and before she knew it, she smacked her head straight into the mantle of her fireplace. And you can kind of see the...
So it's death by misadventure.
Yeah, you can kind of see the dent here in the trophy, because the trophy fell down. You see, and there's the dent right there, like the cut right in
And her
the
name
trophy.
fell off.
Well, no, that's not her name. That's the blood.
Oh.
That's the blood, because you see the top here, it split her head open. It came down on her head to split her head open. So this was the blood that's dried, that had splashed onto the trophy. This is a genuine Louisville slugger. It was used by the late, great Milwaukee Brewer first baseman, Joe Schlabach. Now, Joe was pretty popular with the kids, and he was very popular with the adults too. except for one overzealous fan who just hated it. I think you know how that goes. You know how people hate people and they just want to get rid of them. Happens on Facebook all the time. I don't know why that is, but it just does.
I just won't say who it is.
Right. You don't have to. Don't incriminate yourself here.
Exactly.
Although
Take the fifth.
Ah,
Take the fifth.
it's okay.
You know why they call it the fifth? Because you have 5 fingers.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
it?
but if you take the 10th, you'd have, because you have 10 fingers. All right. So anyway, so this fan, this was during batting practice. You know, warm up when they're warming up. So you know how it is when you're. I won't promise I won't do anything. So he's taking a few swings here, minding his own business. So the fan grabs him. Actually, he jumped over the box seats and jumps over the dugout. He overpowered the guards. And he takes the bat from Joe, and he takes the bat, and he goes, wham! And Joe's head, well, you see this? Let's see if we can find it here. Oh, there it is, right there. You see the blood stains? That's all that remains. Poor Joe, didn't see it coming. All right, so now, I'll take you down to the most talked about piece. Boundaries. All right, now.
Are you sure that wasn't the Zodiac Killers fishing phone?
No.
At Lake Besame or whatever?
It could have been. It might as well been. Now, you know, this is a 1952 classic American rod and reel fishing fly pole. Now, this was used by the late great American fisherman Joey Yost. And Joe used to like fishing down off the coast of Florida. It's kind of where he could get the best fish, I think. A lot of Jewfish down there in Florida. Now they call them grouper fish, but because that's anti-Semitic. That's what they say. It's politically correct.
Well, lox is Jewish sushi.
Yeah, well, I know. I've heard a few of those remarks too, but I don't want to go into those today. But
Okay.
anyway, so Joe, actually, he had a lot of steel wire on the pole, and he was like pulling it, I think, for like 45 minutes. He was just struggling to get that fish in. Couldn't do it. And he says, okay, fine. I'm just going to take my pole and use my pole as a javelin to get that fish.
Okay.
So he took his pole and he threw it like a javelin. Problem is that the pole, it bounced off a rock and it did a 360-degree turn, and it had the boomerang effect, and it pierced Joe straight in the heart, and he died instantly.
It's kind of like that Australian guy with the fish. Remember the stingrays?
Oh yeah.
The alligator guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Steve something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least
Steve something.
he was a little. Yeah, but this was a total accident.
Yeah.
Steve was foolhardy.
Yeah. Steve something. I can't remember his name, but anyway, so now we've come to the end of the tour.
Okay.
But
thanks.
we can't let you go away empty-handed.
Without electrocuting
No,
myself.
that is there. Just there for that purpose. So you won't think terrible thoughts. Too many of them. No, hang on. Okay, so I don't want you to leave him empty-handed now. So this is a certificate. It says I survived Sid Yiddish Sports Death Museum tour. So you're going to sign it for me, and then I'm going to sign it. Then we're going to take a picture.
Should I sign my pen name?
Sign whichever name you want. You're the one that keeps it.
I don't usually sign my pen.
No, I sign that one. I sign that one. This is genuine and authentic.
Was this with that tone or it's hard to put?
You know what? Let's try another pen. I've got a million. There we go. Let's try this one. All right, let's try this one. Try this one. I'll make it. Hang on.
Right.
Usually I usually don't sign with my suit in the
Ah, better, right? Okay. All right. Now I'll sign this. Better, slightly better.
So usually I have to sign legal documents or use my legal.
So,
All right.
would you take a picture with me and this nice young lady?
Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right.
Thanks, Sid. Thanks.
You're welcome. This is for you.
Oh, thank you, Sid.
You're welcome.
Okay, so hopefully I'll see you soon at some event.
You will. Thank you so much for taking the tour.
Okay, thanks, Sid.